Hello there, Reject Nation. That's how we do this. Let's adjust
Namaste.
this. All right, hold on. We're going to adjust some of the focus here. Look at that. Oh,
there
so
we
much
go.
better.
That's what you guys
We
wanted.
got this thing to try to make the live streams better. And on YouTube, we think it's better to go bright.
Gotta get washed out. Gotta get all that flat light.
Damn, Mikhail, thanks.
Mikhail, what's up, man?
$20. Mikhail, my man. I just replied to you on Patreon, buddy. And oh, okay. Let's see here. All right. Look at that, guys. Much better.
There we go.
Much better. This is going to be the whole live stream. Us figuring out how to tweak this webcam here for you guys. We like to experiment. We're not the kind of channel that goes, let's prep everything and then put it out there. Nope. We experiment in front of everyone we know.
We wanted this to be partly an entertainment live stream, but also just a tutorial on how to use this equipment.
So I successfully avoided, we're going to not really look at the chat for a little bit because, well, who knows? We'll see how this goes.
We'll play it by ear.
But we wanted to, whatchamacallit, do a reaction to the award winners.
See who won, see how we feel about all that business.
Now, I did hear about a couple already because it's so hard to avoid.
Yeah. And inevitably you end up catching little snippets of speeches and stuff like that, so you can kind of put things together.
I went to the gym to do cardio, and then everyone has monitors, and of course you see flashes of like, oh shit, well now I know this one.
Totally. I just tried. It's like I heard certain things too, and I just tried not to commit anything too hard to memory.
Instead, I watched the movie Revenge last night.
Oh, was it good?
You know, John, it fails as a musical or a comedy.
What were they thinking?
But as a rape revenge thriller, it's all right. Yeah.
All right.
I don't love it like everyone else does, but you know, I thought there were some pretty cool sequences.
Okay.
I think yeah, the video's not about that. All right. Let's go into, let's pull up the winners here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's pull up the winners. Thanks, Eli Johnson. My man.
My man. That's
the next step to figure out for the people that do contribute in the super chat how to just pull up that list.
Yeah.
So, because I know there's a way, just don't know how. Golden Globes winners. Here we go. The complete list. Let's go Variety or New York Times.
Oh man, we vote in the comments.
Let's go
Variety.
Let's go Variety.
They're a trade mag.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's start off. Best motion picture drama. Bohemian Rhapsody. Wait, did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
I had a feeling because I saw a photo of Rami Malek and I was like, oh, maybe he won Best Actor.
I heard that and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Okay, all right.
I know a lot of people love Bohemian Rhapsody, but
okay, look, guys, I'm gonna preface. I have no idea. I didn't read any social media of anyone's reactions yet to anything. All right.
No, I just know that film Twitter is not happy about this.
Man,
film Twitter is not excited about
if you guys saw my review for Bohemian, you'll know I'm not the biggest fan of that movie. And I saw the movie Won't You Be My Neighbor recently, and I want to take a different approach this year to talking about films. First off, when I was growing up, I loved award ceremonies. I love watching Golden Globes. I love watching the Oscars. As I've gotten older, and then now that there's like 1,000 new films a year, it's so much harder to be like even keel on award ceremonies and what's picked and whatever, because obviously my choice for this would have been A Star Is Born.
Yeah.
But we all have difference of opinions. Everything's subjective. And I bet you, like, shouts out to Rosa Parks, because I know this is her favorite movie of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody. So I'm sure she's happy.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure there's plenty of people who are happy.
It's got an A cinema score. There are a lot of people who are psyched about this.
So one side of me goes, I don't agree with this at all. The other side of me goes, well, this is very subjective, the film industry, movies. I'm very surprised, though, still, even with that, because I'm not going to sit here and bash the movie. I just don't. I personally am not a big fan of the film, and I don't think it's on board with A Star Is Born at all, or Black Klansman, or Black. I'm like, those movies to me are a million times. And I'm also surprised with Bryan Singer being the director that they would give him the award. You know, like I didn't even think about that till right now.
And I believe he was carefully omitted from their speech. But yeah, I'm surprised that, like, if it was a People's Choice Award, I would totally get it. But it's like the Hollywood Foreign Press and critics and stuff like that, and like. I would love to know the circumstances that led to that particular win, because it seems like every other film in the category is just weightier and more successful at what it does overall. And I was sitting there going, why isn't this nominated for musical comedy?
Why isn't A Star Is Born nominated for music?
And why is like Green Book nominated for comedy when like clearly what the point of that movie is cutting to is more dramatic than it is actually funny?
To me, it's
like these nominations.
A Star Is Born is even more of a musical to me than Bohemian Rhapsody, because Bohemian Rhapsody is like the greatest
like
lip sync battle I've ever seen. You know?
Yeah, it's a medley of Queen's greatest hits.
They're playing the Queen tracks over while you're getting some great reenactments of
Derek Mitchell.
Oh, thanks, Derek. How you doing,
What's up, buddy?
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm actually very surprised A Star Is Born didn't win.
I am too. I am too.
I really thought A Star Is Born is the one. I'm like, easily A Star Is Born.
I thought they would be like all psyched about it, especially like Bradley Cooper stepping up and like wearing 10 hats to make this movie. And a lot of people were really captivated by A Star Is Born. So I'm very surprised. Or Beale Street, like any other choice. Even Black Panther, I would have understood perhaps more than Bohemian Rhapsody, because like critics and audiences were able to agree. Like everybody loves Black Panther. But
I love Black Panther. If you saw our top 10 video, that's my second favorite movie of 2018. I will say though that I think if Black Panther won, there would have been some backlash still. It's just like some popular category thing, you know? Yeah.
I mean, it's a superhero movie too.
Best actor in a motion picture drama, Rami Malek. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Why not? I feel like Bradley Cooper perhaps fell victim to the like, well, he's nominated for a whole bunch of things, so maybe we'll give it something else.
I mean, I think Rami Malek he does a really good job as Freddie Mercury. I am so far. If you're happy, good for you. For me, I haven't seen two of those movies.
I really want to see at Eternity's Gate where he plays Van Gogh. I've heard he's terrific in that movie. Willem Dafoe.
My personal pick would have been Bradley Cooper. Whatever. I'm a Star Is Born sucker. Best actress in a motion picture drama, Glenn Close. Huh?
Glenn Close.
She beat out Lady Gaga. What was Star Is Born win anything?
I don't know.
Damn. That's pretty surprising.
That's an upset. Yeah, I'm surprised. Not necessarily. I'm like, it's kind of cool that Glenn Close won that, just because. What's up?
Oh, Craze Game YT. Wait, when Jim Carrey was sitting in the wrong spot, I'm gonna have to look that up.
I did see some of the interstitial stuff. Like, I actually thought the hosting gags that I saw were pretty funny, and yeah.
Okay, Ace Zackrock, Elsie Fisher is getting hate for Bohemian Rhapsody. Why?
What?
Okay, look, I'm gonna make some notes here to look up stuff while we're doing this stream.
Elsie Fisher's from
Elsie Fisher
grade.
And what was the other one? Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is sitting in the wrong place.
The wrong seat. All right, we'll look that up. Okay. All right, what's next? Best motion picture, musical, or comedy. Green Book, huh? You know, we didn't review Green Book. I really like Green Book. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I really, that movie touched my heart a lot. It's kind of corny. It's kind of cheesy. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. And if
you don't agree with it being a comedy pick, because I laughed a hell of a lot when I was watching that movie. I thought
I did too.
It's a dramedy.
Yeah. I feel like it's a weird one I feel like it wouldn't have won if it was in drama at all. I feel like it wins by proxy in this category because it's not really like it. It's very funny, but the flavor I took away from it is more the point underneath it, which is very dramatic. And so, like, it is a dramedy, and so I get it, but at the same time, I'm a little bit like, huh.
Well, you know? I mean, for me, out of all these movies that I've noticed for almost every one of these categories, I've seen 3 out of 5 of each category. But I would say that for that category, I mean, Crazy Rich Asians is my favorite one. But
I thought The Favorite would win because people love that movie.
At the same time, though, Green Book has a really good message.
It does.
I don't know if you guys have heard this. Racism is wrong.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be racist.
Yeah. That's the other thing is I bet people aren't super psyched about this either because I almost feel like Crazy Rich Asians would have been a bolder choice because Green Book is like if you're aware past a certain point, the message is not new. Like who this is going to reach and affect are not a lot of people who already understand this stuff. So I feel like the movie isn't quite as woke as it thinks it is.
Yeah.
But I liked it a lot. It definitely made me feel good. I just think that it's kind of, I'm surprised. That's all.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
But hey, if freaking Viggo Mortensen got fat,
Yeah.
Respect.
I'm happy for them either way.
Best actress, motion picture, musical, or comedy. I haven't seen. Have you seen The Favorite?
I
haven't seen
want
The Favorite.
to. Like every different thing I hear about it just makes it sound fascinating.
Yeah, it's a good thing we're reacting to this so we can go. Haven't seen it.
And I've heard people say that if you're not necessarily in love with those kind of period costume dramas, you might still like The Favorite because of how kind of crazy it is.
Nicholas Holder is saying, "Thanks, buddy." Jeff Bridges was high during his speech.
He got the Cecil B. DeMille Award, right?
Oh, is he?
I think
Jeff
he got
Bridges
like a lifetime
high
achievement,
is a thing that everyone's got to experience once.
I think there's one speech I know we're gonna have to look up.
Best television limited series. Good for Ryan Murphy.
Gianni Versace.
I've heard that show is so much better than how it was advertised.
Really?
I've heard it's like so much better.
Okay.
The Kaminsky Method. Kaminsky Method? Is that the Michael Douglas, Alan Arkin show?
Yeah.
Wow. That looked terrible, in my honest opinion. That looked really bad.
I heard about that, and I know people were pretty bummed that like Barry or The Good Place didn't get that, especially because Barry and the Kaminsky Method are both about acting, but one has a hitman dark comedy slant, and the other one's just about acting.
How does who votes the Golden Globes?
They always thank the Hollywood Foreign Press, so I guess it's the whatever that is.
All right.
Like I assume it's like a bunch of critics and journalists and stuff.
Yeah, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Joe Starr at Screen Junkies constantly talks about this show.
I just hear great things all the
How
time.
do you guys keep up with all these shows? Who watches all these shows?
Barry really. I saw the first.
Is there anyone in
episodes
this
of
live
Barry.
stream who watches all these shows?
Barry like won me over when I rose an eyebrow at the concept, but and I started watching The Good Place just recently, and that show is top notch too.
All right, best director in a motion picture, Roma. That's on Netflix right now, right? Like it's back. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I have a list of a few movies. I'm gonna go on Movie Fights later on this month. And I'm trying to just in case something's brought up, I'm trying to like catch up on all the 2018 movies I missed. Yeah. So Roma's on that list, which I hear is an amazing film.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go over the ones we actually give a shit about. All right, best actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Christian Bale for Vice,
and he thanked Satan.
Did he?
Yes.
What?
He thanked Satan for the inspiration to play this role.
What? Yeah, what a crazy ass thing to say.
I saw his speech, and his speech was insane.
Really?
It was good, but it was crazy. It was,
wow.
Yeah.
And you thank Satan?
Yeah. Yes, he did. It's really it's a treat.
Wow.
You should see it.
Man, if he goes crazy playing John Connor, I can only imagine it was
a very self-aware speech. He was like, I can wreck an evening, I can wreck a whole thing in just one speech. So he was very self-aware.
So it's funny?
Oh yeah. No, it's funny. It
wasn't like a controversial.
I mean, I'm sure Fox News isn't going to be psyched about it, but I mean, it's pointed definitely, and it's a little like whoa, but also he's having fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharp Objects, good, whatever. Best screenplay, motion picture. What do we got here?
Roma, The Favorite, If Beale Street Could Talk, Vice, and Green Book.
Green Book won, huh?
Yeah, they heaping the praise on Green Book. It seems like.
That's
the thing.
The more it starts to win, I'm like, is it really that good yet?
I'm sitting here going, good job. This is a heartwarming tale with a lot of good work in it, but guys, it's not the best film ever or the best film on this topic, even recently.
Based off of Green Book and Bohemian Rhapsody winning, I really felt like they were going for audience favorites.
Yeah. No, totally. That's exactly what this felt like to me.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Mahershala Ali for Green Book. He is great. He's great in that.
Mm-hmm.
But man, dude, Timothy Chalamet and Beautiful Boy, Adam Driver and Black Clay. That's a hard category. But Mahershala Ali did move me a lot when I was watching that movie.
Yeah, I think I'll
give it to him for that. Yeah.
My favorite parts of that movie are the performances, I think.
All right, come on. All right, finally, Stars Born won something.
Yeah.
Best original song, Shallow. Yes.
That's at least.
Is Shallow the song where everyone cries when she plays it?
Far from the shallow now. I think so. It's like the main song of the movie.
No, it's not the one where she comes up on stage with Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
where
she
on stage with me.
Is it
peer
the
pressuring you to doing this?
Oh, I feel like you would remember better than I. It's yeah, I just know it's like
that's not that one. No.
I don't.
Does anyone know the name of that one? You guys
feel
put
like
it in there.
I don't remember Shallow being so heavy belty.
Sammy Lou. Thanks, doll. I used to love watching award shows until it got all political. Now it's a yawn fest. That's why we just go through the list. It's the only reason we do that.
Oh, buddy.
I completely agree with you, dear. Best original score. First Man won something.
Hey.
That $100 million they threw into that film that did not make its money back is well worth it there to win.
I'm surprised by that.
It's funny.
Actually.
Out of all the things of First Man, the thing I did not take away was its score.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't even recall what the music was in that movie.
Actually, now I do because I remember what we said about it in the review.
I remember liking the music, but I'm like, I don't remember what it was.
I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised Black Panther didn't take that because people went ape shit over that score.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so we're hopping around here. I don't really watch enough television. Best motion picture animated. Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Hell yeah.
It's good for them. I feel like that's on point.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, out of all those movies, I would say
Definitely.
Spider-Verse for sure.
Yeah, I would say Spider-Verse, maybe Incredibles 2, Isle of Dogs. I haven't seen Mariah, so Ralph breaks the internet at the bottom.
I mean, the Spider-Verse did something with animation that had never been done before and managed to tell a great story simultaneously.
That movie,
and the animation supports the story.
Oh, so, totally, yeah. That movie fires on all cylinders.
Because Incredibles 2 did like an advanced version of Incredibles 1, whereas like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, that was something mind-blowing. Only movie this whole year where I went, I'm going again, like right when the movie was done, bought tickets instantaneously. Yeah. So yeah, I would say Spider is the only one I'm genuinely like, yeah.
It's a weird year for awards.
Best performance by an actor to convince me method. Ugh, I just don't I have no interest in watching that show.
You don't want to watch an old white dude acting drama?
I don't. Okay, so guys, catch us up. What are some of the controversies? Who's Richard Maiden? Top 3 best movies of 2018 and why? Well, Sammy, we did a top 10 video live stream last week. You got to check out. Man. We go into so much depth as to why. So my number 1 was A Star Is Born. What was your number 1?
Mandy.
Yeah. That's right. The movie Revenge is kind of like Mandy, except more modern and more sleek.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get a very sleek vibe off of Revenge.
It's very sleek.
I get a weird, like, sleek scuzzy where it's like it looks grimy, but it's sleek.
Yeah. And I did say Black Panther, and I forgot what my number 3rd pick was. Honestly, it's probably going to fluctuate. But yeah, no, Sammy, please catch up. Catch up.
I think my 3 were Mandy, Cam, and Upgrade.
Okay, good call. Good call. Are there any like actual controversies from this? What's like the real upset that's happening with the Golden Globes? There's got to be something that's pissing people off.
I feel like it's the winners. I feel like it's Green Book and Bohemian.
That's upsetting people? Green Book?
Well, I feel like at least the movie critics are kind of annoyed by that. And I don't know. I get where some of the I feel like, both of those are probably having some kind of a backlash.
Oh, man. Just award shows are, I care less about them. What did you guys think about Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh hosting? The weirdest duo I've ever heard of.
The clips I saw of them,
man, that's crazy.
I really liked what I saw from them. The little snippets. Weirdly enough, like they were just the right blend. Like they were just the right level of like light and silly and weird and brief. Like
okay, we gotta look up what this Elsie Fisher thing is. Elsie Fisher. Let's go type in Elsie Fisher. What were the Bohemian Rhapsody tweets that she did? Okay. My thoughts on this, please educate your future if I do something problematic. I want to better myself and grow. I was also vaguely aware the director of said film was bad, but had no information as to why I considered such or what he had done. I know now. I'll continue to be proud of Rami and the supporting cast because they're incredible. Otherwise, I will hold back. Understand this, though. There are many problematic people in Hollywood, and as someone who is busy frequently, I don't have time to keep up. Tell me. Wow.
So
wait, what the fuck? Did she get like bashed for praising the movie?
I'm so happy Rami Malek and Bohemian Rhapsody won Golden Globes. Thrilled tonight is the best night. She later
tweeted, come on, guys, chill the fuck out. If anyone in this live stream even attacked her, chill the fuck out. God damn. You know, that's not her.
Yeah.
Go after the Golden Globes or some shit. Go after Bryan Singer specifically. But you know who made a good point to me about them?
She's 13.
Yeah, like shit, man.
I can't. That's
fucking ridiculous.
She was just plucked from obscurity to lead a movie. I don't assume that she's been keeping up on the movie news this whole time. I guess I would give her the benefit of that.
Jesus Christ, she's
like 14.
You know, I would get it if I would even if she came out and was like, thank God for Bryan Singer making an amazing film.
I'm really glad they let him do that.
Whole other thing. But come on. Getting fucking mad at her over that shit. It's ridiculous. You see, Perry Nemiroff at Collider brought up a great point to me about Bohemian, because as the movie was being marketed, I remember talking with her about, I'm so surprised that in all this marketing, they've managed to completely hide
erase Bryan
Singer.
They
managed to completely hide that Bryan, like you're so unaware Bryan Singer made this movie. You know, like it's not even at the forefront of anyone's mind.
And weirdly, you're also not aware that Dexter Fletcher finished it, so it does feel like this weird directorless movie.
Well, my point with that is I was kind of conflicted about it because of the fact that Bryan Singer helmed the film. And she brought up a good point that, you know, there's so much more than Bryan Singer involved in making a movie. Yeah, like there's so many people involved in this film. And then there were people that had to work together to continue finishing this film without his involvement. And if people love it, I'm happy for them because people were, I mean, I can only imagine being part of that cast and crew going, fuck, we don't have a director anymore.
What's going to happen to our movie
and all this work that we
did.
Let's finish this. Like a lot of people came together for that film. So as much as I'm not a fan of Bohemian Rhapsody, I would never want to attack anyone else except for Bryan Singer, you know, because that is that was a difficult task they had to pull off.
Yeah, and it's also not. I feel like perhaps there's an added layer of like if this was an auteur piece and this was like his story and his baby. But it's not, you know, it's like it's somebody else's real life tale. So in that way, you know, it's not his creation solely.
I feel like these these award shows only really matter in the moment that it's happening.
Yeah. I don't think
but this
they matter to the people who win.
This is so inconsequential.
Like, well, and the further
nothing, honestly. Yeah.
And like a year like this with results like these, where I'm just sitting here going, like, what is just kind of, at least for my purposes, further proof of that.
And I don't think there's a point. Like, it actually upsets me that Elsie Fisher. What upsets me is not what Elsie Fisher said. What upsets me is that people attacked her for it, because this is fucking movies, guys. It's movies. This is not the movie. There's one side of me that goes, yeah, the right film should be recognized, of course, and whatever. But then the other side is, come on, it's just films. Like, chill out. There's so many more important things in the world to get pissed off about than a fucking movie, you know? Silly. Don't worry. You see, then there's a side here where it's like, well, if we hate this, why are we talking about it? Because it's fun to talk about.
Yeah. Just don't give Bryan Singer any more work, and we'll be good.
Yeah,
you know, it's like he was already working on that before the thing broke big.
But yeah, my honest opinion, I'm just going to steal Amy O'Neill's point. That was like almost the exact point I was going to make. Fact is, people liked it because of the music, but most people didn't like it because it wasn't a great representation of Freddie and Queen. And that's fair, you know.
Totally.
That is nostalgia factor of the movie for sure. But yeah, man.
Oh, what's up, Master B? Master B wants to know where you got your shirt.
I got it from patron and friend Anissa Oliva. Unique name, huh?
Yeah.
She got me this shirt. She also got me a new French shirt. Got John something else as well.
Mm-hmm.
We did not do a good job on this camera here.
No.
With the focus and everything. Oh God, this looks terrible, John.
I'm sorry.
I blame you for everything.
I blame myself.
All right, guys. Well, that's the list that we went over.
That's the live.
That's the live stream. If there's anything else that you guys want to talk about before we log off here, because like for the Oscars,
I hope some more variety of movies gets nominated.
I gotta admit, man, The Star is Born really. I can imagine.
I just can't imagine.
I can't believe that.
I'm surprised too, quite honestly, especially like with how that movie just exists and like the style that it is. Like it's so lived in. Whereas, at least for my experience watching it, Bohemian Rhapsody is like a big medley, you know? So,
well, you know, I really do think like it's so weird what happens with movies nowadays in the whole industry. It's so determined by social media and all this other bullshit now of what they do. You know, like a trailer comes out, and then instead of being confident, it's like first they make a trailer to try to satisfy a fan base, so they might even change the trailer to represent something that's totally not, and then they get like negative feedback on the trailer, then they're like, let's reshoot this a couple months before it comes out. So you got like this department. Then with award shows, more than ever, they're not just doing their thing anymore. They're really just trying to satisfy so much. Like all that bullshit with the popular film category that they were working on.
They're trying to
was like the dumbest thing ever. And then now like with this, you're like, okay, whatever, guys. So like these awards are silly, man, because this is such an audience. This is such a trying to please an audience as opposed to
yeah.
But then again, there are people who are going to say I'm completely wrong on that, and that's the whole point. Is that there's so many different varying, and that's my point. There's a billion different opinions happening all at once, and they're trying to satisfy like, where's the largest popular opinion? Let's go with that.
Yeah. So how do we satisfy the industry? But how do we get the regular people to watch? But how do we satisfy the people who are like movie heads and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And it is hard, especially now that there's just so much more stuff out there. I think that's the other thing is there's so many more movies and shows, and especially for the Golden Globes that does both.
Yeah.
It's like how at a certain point, I feel like we're going to lose the ability to properly survey the year and award it because there's just so much stuff to look through and so many weird politics to play about like, well, maybe it's because this guy was nominated 5 different times. So they didn't vote for him because of that. And like, you know, there's all weird math.
Sammy, thank you so much, my dear. If you guys ever want to play the movie game, let me know. Haha, I love movies, so it's hard to find people who can keep up. What's
the movie game?
What's the movie game? You're talking about the movie Trivia Schmodown? You're talking about movie fights?
Do you mean that game?
You're talking about the app I have?
The Benson interruption or whatever? The
yeah. What movie game are you talking about? I've been on Amy's bringing. What's the movie game, Sammy? We'll keep a lookout for your message here. I one of my dream award shows to put together that I thought would be cool to like start on the internet then graduate to TV would be the genre awards. I've always wanted to see that. I think that's the best way. I mean, it would be a forever ceremony, but at least it would be a very concise ceremony.
And then what you could do is you could take the best pictures from every genre and put them in a final category that gets kind of chosen or revealed live. Yeah. And then you can choose, at least you have the most fair version of these movies are all different. Which one's the best, you know?
I've always thought the genre awards would be the best way to do it because we got so many movies now that it'd probably be easier to narrow it down with like, and then you keep that's probably the best way to keep as many people happy as possible. So you got kind of a fair way of voting on this, you know? Because I think that'd be so much fun to watch too.
Yeah.
And you could, even in the genre wars, I imagine you could throw in like stuntman awards too, all these different kind of things. But yeah, I think that would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
And I also think Hereditary should have been nominated, guys,
for anything at all. It should have been nominated for literally anything.
I don't care if it was just a sound design.
Why not? Just to give them a little respect. Like, I feel like that's a movie that audiences and critics, both for better and for worse, have been talking about.
I mean, people here are saying Saturn Awards do genre awards, and I've heard about that.
Yeah, I've heard of Saturn.
I guess I'm saying like it'd be cool if the bigger ones kind of retooled it for something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially because they do purport to be like, we are deciding for all of Hollywood 2018 what's the best. And yeah, I feel like it would behoove you to acknowledge the variety of cinema in doing that.
Yeah.
Or at least a little, like at least the Golden Globes divides musical comedy and drama. That's a start. But
Sammy Lou is telling us what that movie game is. Basically, you start with an actor, actress, and everyone goes around naming movies they have been in. If you want to stump people, or if you get stumped, then you can name another actor or actress in the category. She stopped there. What does that mean?
I feel like isn't this from a Doug Benson podcast? I feel like I've played this with my old coworker.
Naming movies they've been
in. Well, I think that yeah. It's
give us an actor, Sammy.
The way I played, we were like connecting two dots, or we would do 6 degrees of like film separation, where we'd choose 2 actors and try and figure out how to like link them together by people they've starred with in other movies.
Gotcha.
But actually, maybe we could just Google the movie game. He's Rob Stark.
Richard Madden.
Yeah, he's
yeah, I don't know what else he's been in. I lose the game right there.
Game of Thrones.
Oh man, that is a long. Oh yeah, this game would be a long ass one.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun one to play. We'll play it on a live stream one day.
All right.
You just gave us an idea for a potential live stream idea. Oh man.
Rules.
And also, guys, I watched "Won't You Be My Neighbor" the day we did the top 10 live stream of 2018. I was like, I gotta go see "Won't You Be My Neighbor." And I'm so upset that I did not watch it beforehand, because "Won't You Be My Neighbor" is not my favorite movie of last year, but without a doubt, the most important movie I had seen in a long time.
I'm still dying.
That like it. I was already like on like doing a lot of like personal development stuff, but then when it came to that movie, that just solidified a lot of the different directions in life I was wanting to take. So yeah. Vinny, we've been on YouTube for 10 years since the beginning.
We started this YouTube shit,
and then the first 6 years of our videos got deleted, and so it only looks like 4. Yeah. But don't worry, guys, we're here.
I like that there's random downsizing hate.
What do you mean?
Somebody just said downsizing, worst movie ever.
Just go attacking.
I'm like, all right.
And I also want to say, I did put out a tweet about it. I really do feel happy for Aquaman. Like, It wasn't one of my favorite movies of last year, but I'm so thrilled that it's gonna cross $1 billion.
Yeah,
and cool. No matter what I had issues with that movie, the level of craftsmanship and dedication put on screen shows and is felt. So fuck yeah, that movie, I'm really happy that it's about to cross $1 billion, because it really deserves it in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, you see what's on screen and you're like, wow, this what must do. Like, even the parts that aren't terrific, I'm like, this was an undertaking, and I'm glad you're making your money back, because I bet this was expensive.
There's Rosa Parr right there. Bo Burnham is the best movie of 2018. Our thoughts on Tom Hanks as Mr. Rogers. I think he's doing another one of those. What was that Mary Poppins movie he did?
Saving Mr. Banks.
I think he's doing another thing like that in a way.
Okay.
Where it's like advertised as a movie about Walt Disney, but but he's really the supporting
It's
character.
about PL Travers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what they're doing here is that like it's not really a doc. I think it's about someone else's life and how they're affected by their relationship they
with
form.
So he's going to be
Rogers.
like supporting character.
Yeah.
All right.
Really, I wanted to do a really dark side of Mr. Rogers. I want to see the violent turmoil side.
I want to see the urban legend. Isn't there like an urban legend that he was like a super badass with like military tats, like and confirmed kills?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I want to make that movie. I
wouldn't be surprised.
Badass Rogers, the movie.
Oh man,
Rambo Rogers.
But hey guys, we're gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes. But any final questions? Let's get this going here. Ladies,
At first, I thought you said I'm pretty sure Mr. Rogers
oh yeah,
is
guys,
Asian.
we are
What's up,
going.
Andrew
We are
Hayes?
going to be. I heard there's a new TV extended spot coming out for Monday night. Not Monday night. College.
College
For college kids.
one of those
College
championship
kids are
games.
having a Captain Marvel.
They're
trailer.
throwing a party together. They got a copy of the trailer.
There's a TV spot.
We're gonna screen it,
bro.
We're gonna project it on the front wall.
Yeah, it's coming out tonight. Yeah, why not? We'll stay up to do it.
Yeah.
We'll stay up to do it. We're gonna do it. What's your advice for a brand new channel? For starters, I will learn how to spell advice properly.
Oh yeah.
And then you're set from there, buddy. For the Batman solo film, do you want it to be Ben Affleck or someone new? I want it to be someone new because Ben Affleck seems fucking depressed.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as he leaves Batman, his life is gonna feel like 50 pounds lighter.
Did we see the 2 new second Game of Thrones season 8 clip? You know, if we had, it would definitely
You
be
would
up on
see
this
that on
channel.
YouTube.
Yeah. We did not see that. We'll just wait for the trailer. And what movies are you looking forward to? Keep a lookout for an upcoming live stream. We're gonna do list on there. And thoughts on You Were Never Really Here. That is like the very realistic version of movies like Man on Fire. Any of those movies
Taxi
were,
Driver.
yeah. Well, it's more in the vein of Taxi Driver than it is. Like there's that plot, like Equalizer, Man on Fire,
Yeah.
Denzel Washington movies.
Badass guy, little girl.
Badass guy, little girl. This is the realistic version, and
Yeah.
you know, emotionally haunting.
What if
version
that
of
guy was super traumatized in a realistic but poetic kind of
And
way?
what if that girl was a young, charming, sarcastic girl?
What if she
but just
doesn't
really
just become a
traumatized
badass?
chick?
It's a good movie though. It's a good movie. You should see it.
I did watch the Us trailer. I did a reaction for it on Stardust, and yeah, I'll tell you, that movie looks batshit. It looks crazy.
It looks peelerific.
I was very much surprised.
Neil Reed really hates This is like the 5th downsizing comment I've seen from you.
Yeah, hopes for Glass. No,
Hi.
it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Blondes or brunettes? Brunettes.
Redheads. Just to be contrary.
Charlotte Adams, Blind Spotting. You know, that's the thing is Rose is saying Blind Spotting deserves more recognition. A lot of movies do.
Mhm.
A lot of movies deserve more recognition. It's really hard, man.
Especially movies on that scale.
It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Tyrone or Akasan, Shay.
Loved it. Yeah, Shay.
Shay the reactor.
You, Master B.
Yeah.
You. That's who I'm. Thanks for reacting to our sketch, by the way. Our sketches, I should say.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Sammy Lou. Thanks, doll. Do you think Netflix original movies and shows should be included in award shows?
Yeah, totally.
I think Golden Globes, yes. Oscars,
The movies, because they don't cover shows.
yeah. That's a debatable one, you know. That for me that's
Movie fight.
For me, that's a very debatable one because I don't think that I feel like it should at least be in the theaters for like Roma is something I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Roma gets an Oscar nod, I get that more than I would if Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle did.
Well, but that's where I fall on this is while I revere the movie going theater experience, I do feel like at a certain point, if it's a 2-hour narrative story told on film, it's a movie.
Yeah,
you know, nominate it, I guess, because so many. The thing is, you know that so many of the people who nominate and vote watched half these movies on screeners anyway. So,
well, I mean, it's conflicting because the movies that make the most money are generally not the best movies of the year.
Yeah, that's why your big sci-fi blockbusters don't get that much recognition. You know?
And then the movies that they work their asses off that are great that don't really make that much money are like Star is Born is this crazy thing to me because it's genuinely an amazing told film that has obviously had a budget and made a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, like with a lot of Netflix, they produce a lot of terrible movies.
They seem like they produce kind of anything.
But then they get like a couple, like they get like a few really big standouts.
Sometimes that anything is good.
Sometimes it's amazing. And
Scuba Steve.
Then it's conflicting because like I think we're all pretty much sold that The Irishman is probably going to be a pretty awesome film. Scorsese's Irishman, and I'm super excited for that because if there was one more than Tarantino and Fincher, the filmmaker I followed the most as a kid was Scorsese, and so I'm super duper excited for that film. And I know it's probably going to get a limited release. And I would be bummed if it didn't get any Oscar consideration. So something like that, I'm bummed about.
Yeah, totally.
But so I'm like, nah, but I'm like, I know I can't just pick and choose, you know?
Yeah.
Like, should it or should it not be able to be considered, you know?
I feel like Netflix is coming around now to that, at least for the movies they know people want to get in the theater, they're kind of showing them now.
Yeah.
So that's good. I mean, if this causes Netflix to put their movies into theaters in order to get to the Oscars, I do support that. In fact, I might just agree that the Netflix doesn't count until they start screening, just so I could have the chance to see more of those films on the big screen.
And hey, thanks, Scuba Steve, for being here, buddy. Appreciate that. Yeah, Punisher season 2, most likely gonna watch that one too, guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Jon Bernthal, man.
All right, guys, we're gonna say goodbye at this point. We got to shoot for Patreon. Gonna do My Hero Academia for Patreon. Hey, Andres, and then we're gonna do whatchamacallit,
what if the Punisher is the only one that doesn't get canceled?
I don't know. We're gonna do some. We got to shoot some, and we got some stuff to edit as well. So kind of got a busy day, and then we want to make sure we're on top of whatever that Captain Marvel trailer is that drops later. So thank you to all who contributed in the super chat. Here's quite a few of you guys. Thank you guys.
Much appreciated.
And also we'll catch you guys soon. Much love. John, do your heart thing. Can you do this like heart thing with this like sad face? All right, guys.
Love and light.
Much love to all you. See you guys soon.
Ah.